This is Shauna's Avenue with the latest news. 7 people were shot, 3 fatally at a bar in Frome, Westmoreland early Wednesday morning. The deceased have been identified as Everall Rowe, a shop owner and broom maker of a Frome address, Kemar Smith, otherwise called Beanie Bud, of Savannah Lamar, and Andre McDonald of a Gullybanks address in Savannah Lamar, all in Westmoreland. It is reported that at about 12:50 a.m., patrons were at the bar when a white Toyota Axio motor car drove up. 2 men armed with handguns exited the vehicle and opened fire, causing persons to scatter. When the shooting subsided, 7 persons were discovered suffering from gunshot wounds. They were transported to the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital, where McDonald and Smith were pronounced dead and Rose succumbed to his injuries while being treated. The other 4 victims were all admitted. The shooting is being investigated by the police. The Electoral Office of Jamaica is facing criticism over its delivery of the results of Monday's local government elections, which left the country without definitive answers on which of the 2 major political parties had won. They need to give an account, public commentator Carl Narcissi said on Tuesday, in the aftermath of the local polls. She said that the EOJ has a duty and responsibility to the public to deliver a post-mortem assessment of Monday's operations when compared to previous years. They need to explain why the recount has to take more than 24 hours in the context of a low voter turnout. What more capacity are they needing so that their performance, their turnaround time can improve even more? She questioned, noting that the EOJ must explain and apologize for the exclusion of citizens' action for free and fair elections during counting in some divisions. The Election Observer Group reported that it was booted from some counting centers against the customary protocol which allowed them to keep watch on the process. Both the governing party and the opposition claimed victory on Monday night, with Prime Minister Andrew Holness asserting that his party had won at least 7 of the 13 municipal corporations to the PNP's 4. Opposition leader Mark Golin also claimed victory, declaring that the PNP had won most of the divisions. On Tuesday, General Secretary of the PNP, Dr. Dayton Campbell, told the news that it raised at least 2 concerns with the EOJ about the denial of persons to vote, although they reportedly presented an identification card. He said that in those circumstances, the voters showed up at respective polling divisions at which they had voted over the years, but they were told that their names were on another list in a different division and constituency. They are not from there. They have never been there. So that is something that requires investigation, said Campbell. Further, he pointed to the EOJ's preliminary count, which showed that the PNP won St. Mary, but it was later reported that the JLP had won. I'm not sure how. I'm also concerned as to why it is being reported that councils are now tied. You can have several amount of divisions, but the final result cannot be a tie. It is clear that if there is a tie in having the same number of divisions, you must use the majority vote to determine the winner, Campbell told the news. The People's National Party is demanding that Prime Minister Andrew Holness immediately outs Member of Parliament Everall Warmington from the cabinet. In a release Wednesday, the opposition party described Warmington as offensive and said the St. Catharines Southwestern MP's recent statement, reportedly threatening to withhold state funds from PNP councillors, is a new low in his history of gutter politics and tribalism. He was captured making the pronouncements in a video clip now making the rounds on social media. The statement was reportedly made after Lloyd Grant, the incumbent for the Old Harbour South Division, was unseated by the PNP's Kurt Wall in the local government election. The PNP said it is alarmed by Warmington's undemocratic plan to allegedly manipulate government funding by passing the people's will. This unacceptable behavior contradicts the principles of fair governance and insults taxpayers, the PNP said. This is a crucial test for the Prime Minister's commitment to accountability. Failure to remove Warmington will be seen as a breach of trust, the party added. In the meantime, the PNP said while Warmington remains as Member of Parliament until the next election, they are demanding a full withdrawal of his reported threats. He must commit to not interfering in the democratic process. The PNP calls for oversight to prevent any actions against the people's will, the party said.
General, these liberals still him down. But me in charge of stuff. Okay? This says right now, I'm the Minister of Work. I'm a member of Parliament. No PNP councillor going to spend my money. They can put somewhere, when they call it TikTok or so and say whatever. Grass may not be the councillor, but he will spend every fucking dime they are going to do. Okay? Okay? He may not be the councillor name, but he been